Hello everybody, welcome back to Zenith Covenant, and in this one we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Starscream. This figure is really good and really underrated, but we'll get into that more in the video. And without further ado, let's talk Seige Starscream, shall we? And here we have Seige Starscream. This figure is really, really good, and I don't think people give it enough credit like it deserves. Let me give you some specifics about this figure. It only comes with two accessories. The null rays, right? The null rays here, that's all it comes for accessories. And the QC is a bit of an issue. During transformation, it's been said that this pops off a lot. This hasn't actually happened to me yet. I don't know if I just got a better figure. This is loose. It just hasn't fully come off yet. This hasn't happened to me. It hasn't come off yet. I don't know if I just got a better figure or if this is something people have been exaggerating for whatever reason. I don't know. But the posing on this is really, really good. And we'll get into that in a minute. But let's talk about the proportions. The proportions are a little bit off. A little tiny bit off. Just a skosh off. With that, the arms are just a tiny bit too short. If they were a little bit longer, if they had maybe reached a little further down towards maybe this bit here, I think it could really help this figure out a lot. The wings are are really good. The Decepticon symbol on them is tiny, which is terrible. It's terrible because Starscream is known for flaunting his big, massive Decepticon symbols to assert his dominance in front of the Autobots to scare them so they will Starscream. I'm so funny. But literally, the legs are long. The legs could be considered too long, but I like them at this length. This length makes him look lankier and more aerodynamic. I don't know what it is about them, but it just works. And going into that notorious chest piece that everybody seems to hate so much, you can see that it's got some really nice detail on it. The cockpit is all it's got all the nice techno details. Support Technoblade. He's got the nice gunmetal gray fan intakes. He's got we'll call them gun boobies like in Austin Powers. And his tower intakes are too long. They don't match the original design, but I think it works for the design they're going for here. The design they're going for here is a Stybird stylized version of Starscream it's during the war, right? This is him during the war on Cybertron, and he's not quite the F-15 that he is on Earth. Well, he's not, but I think it works with the giant wings and the giant intakes. He's also got siege battle damage on him, on the legs. It's very prominent, and on the arms, it's very prominent. It's a little bit too much on the legs, I think. He's got some on the chest, too. It's hard to tell if that's, when I first got this figure, I thought it was just spillover from the intakes, but no, it's siege battle damage, and it's very present and it's very present on this figure. It might just be a little bit too much. This figure has so many little things, but it's not like they're so little that they add up to a big thing. They're just little itty bitty tiny things that could add up to something, just a point off this figure. These are little tenths of a point that takes off maybe 1 point from this figure, right? But if we go around to the back, he's got relatively no kibble. You can see that this is he's got this exhaust piece sticking out, which also is done in gunmetal gray, which I love. I love gunmetal gray. I love that metallic gunmetal. I love it so much. But it's a little sticking out. It's a little bit sticking out, but not too much where I'm like, no, it's not weighing down the figure because of these massive heels that he has. Just absolutely humongous. I'm noticing that these feet are kind of taking from the Prime design with the massive stiletto heels. I gotta adjust my camera here. All right, there we go. With the massive stiletto heels. It's wrong, but it works. Like a lot of things on this figure, it's wrong, but it works for the design they're going for. Now let's talk posability because this figure has a lot of it. The head has, some considerable down and a lot up due to transformation, so you can really get him in some good flying poses. Arms go out about 90 degrees. You can cheat it, of course. He has forward butterfly because of transformation. He has, kind of screwed it up. He's got bicep rotation. He's got way deep elbows. Doesn't make the full bend just because of how the forearm and the elbow is and the shoulder is shaped. But it's no big deal. I can't get him to stand up here. One problem that I have is that these joints can like to collapse in on themselves a lot. It's not ideal, but it's not a big problem. It's such an easy fix. Waist rotation is a bit hindered by the backpack, but it's not too bad. It's enough. Goes both ways. He has all the kick forward. Kick back is a little bit hindered, but I don't think it matters all that much. He's got nice all the way out. He has nice deep knee bend. You can really get him to just absolutely knee someone. Like, let's say, for example, he absolutely knees Megatron. Gone. He's done. His feet are very, you have broken ankle, you have back, and the tilt is okay. It's really hindered by that piece there, but it's enough tilt. I think it's enough tilt. I believe that is it for robot mode. So, without further ado, let's get into transformation. Transformation on Starscream is a lot of fun. It's like a shell former, but it's a shell former where it's okay, where it doesn't make a backpack that's too bad. Here we have a lovely looking Tetrajet. Now, I understand that there are upgrade kits where you can make the tip of the jet higher so it looks more accurate to the show. But I think what they've done here is a pretty good job. Now, you'll notice that I didn't put the null rays back on. Like a sinner, I'm sorry, forgive me, Skywalker, for he is our Lord and Savior. But I for the sake of the review, I need to show all the places where it can attach on. Really, there's a nice little triangle of spots on the arm section where you can put it either here, here, or here. I usually put them here because A, that's where they are on the shoulder, and it also gives it the most aerodynamic look. It gives it the nice triangle-ish angle, at a nice angle, right? Here would be if you wanted it to be nice and flat and like actually like a gun, if you would. Problem I have is that this likes to pop out. It's not very fun, but it's just an easy fix. There we go. Just gotta kind of put it all together. Let's just adjust the camera here and pull this out, and there we go. We're back. We're back. Actually, that might be a better angle. No. No. Anyways, here you can do it there, and then here it's on the elbow. It's on a nice horizontal axis, so it's out wider if that's the look you prefer. But again, I like to put them on the shoulder where they belong. Again, forgive me, Skywarp, for not leaving them on. Sorry, just taking a moment of silence for Skywarp. But for the rest of the Tetrajet mode, it looks pretty good. A lot of people don't like the battle damage on the side here. It works on this figure. Now, in the later repaints of this figure, the Acid Storm in particular, it really, really fucks up the green. And the green is a nice, delicious lime. I don't have the Acid Storm because I'm poor, and I didn't get a chance to spring on it in Siege when it was at Target for like $80, and now it's $300 on eBay. Fuck you, scalpers. But it works on this figure. The only other non-exclusive mass market released Seeker was Thundercracker, and it kind of worked with him. It really worked with Skywarp, who's also now $300 on Amazon and like $400 on eBay. Again, fuck you, scalpers. Fuck you to hell. But like, it works on this figure because it blends in, and there are a few prominent spots where you can like really see it. And I think it works on this figure. Again, on this figure. The Rainmaker is definitely not. But with this figure, it's okay. You can see here that the Decepticon symbols are a bit bigger, so that's better. It's nice, reasonably sized. And if you are a keen-eyed individual, you will notice that this is the movie design. This is the movie Decepticon symbol. The Bay movies, anyway. If I may. That's all I have to say about this. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. No. In fact, I believe, yeah, I have the movie design on the back of my phone, because, you know, I wanted a Decepticon logo, and that was the only one I had on Amazon. But it's on the back of my phone. But, yeah, that's it for the, Tetrajet mode. So that was my review for the Seige Starscream figure. It's a really, really underrated figure. It's so good, and nobody even talks about it, because I guess it is, put in the shadow of the Siege Optimus Prime, who I sadly don't have. I was brainwashed by Earthrise and got the Earthrise Optimus Prime instead of the Siege one. I'm sorry, I know. But I've heard the mold is really good, and because I already have an Optimus Prime, I might get the Nemesis Prime version of it, unless that has QC issues, at which point I will buy just the regular Siege Optimus version. So let me know down in the comments if the Nemesis Prime mold has QC issues or something so horrible that I couldn't even. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Seige Starscream figure. It is absolutely one of the most underrated figures of not only just of Siege, but of all time. It is so underrated. I don't know why people don't like it. Tell me your reasons down in the comments as well, if you don't like it, or if you prefer the ER one. And, yeah. So anyways, thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, join my Discord servers, join my subreddit. Check out the second channel, The First Church of Skywarp. Smash that like button, and we'll see you in the next one.